Holy smokes, everyone. We have some massive news to share with you today. I've just got news that a major bank has not limited cash withdrawals, they've gone completely cashless and banned cash altogether. We also have another report from the Federal Reserve that says hundreds more banks will fail, and we also got the latest jobs data come out and the unemployment rate has ticked up. So unlike they're trying to tell you, everyone, that everything's fine, everything is not fine. We are quickly moving to a full cashless society, like the Bank of America CEO said, and now it's right at our doorstep. So everyone, we definitely got a lot to cover, so let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the news, the facts, and the data. Well, look at this, everyone. Macquarie Bank to go completely cashless this month. So let's keep reading exactly what they're doing. So Macquarie Bank told customers that they will no longer be able to use cash at its branches from later this month as part of its transition to a fully digital model. The bank first announced in September last year that it would phase out cash and check services across all its banking and wealth management products from January to November 2024. Cash and check services, deposits and withdrawals may not be available at Macquarie offices from May 20th. So you see here, it is starting this month. You're going to have customers go there to think, oh, I'll just get some cash out for this or that for whatever reason, and they're going to be denied. From May 20th, customers will also be unable to order a new checkbook or deposit book as well. So checkbooks and deposit books are going as well. Phone banking services were ended at the start of March. So banks are making it harder and harder for you to get your cash. Instead, you'll be able to make payments digitally. This is what they say. This is what they always say. A safer, quicker, and more convenient way to bank, Macquarie said. Well, that's why we're losing so many of our freedoms, everyone. Because they always say, look, it's just so much safer. It's so much quicker. It's so much easier. So much more convenient. And yes, a lot of new technologies have made things more convenient, but it's also made it so the authorities can control you and track you a lot easier. Now, look at this next paragraph here. Macquarie is also ending its partnership with NAB branches, meaning cash and check deposits and withdrawals won't be available for Macquarie customers at NAB branches from November 1. Following Macquarie's announcement last year, the Big Four banks rushed to reassure customers they would maintain in-branch cash services. However, Commonwealth Bank, NAB and ANZ have stopped handling cash in a few branches. So they're just saying it now, but you better believe they're going to keep putting it out there until the people, get complacent. They just say, fine, whatever. Get rid of, a few more branches cashless until we have a full cashless society. That's how they always do it. They don't do it, all at once. They do it little by little. And efforts to make it more difficult for customers to transact in cash, or banks that have made it more difficult, have sparked huge backlash. And I think we can definitely agree. All of you on the channel, you definitely still want access to your cash, but the banks are trying everything they can so you can't get it. So this is Australia banks, but look at this new report we got from the Fed and from these financial institutions that hundreds more banks will fail. And people, they want this to happen because the less banks there is, if they just have a few mega banks, it's a lot easier to control those few mega banks to do what the Federal Reserve and the government wants. So look at this. While hundreds of US banks may be at risk of failure. Well, let's keep reading, everyone. So a consulting firm analyzed about 4,000 US banks and found 282 banks faced the dual threat of commercial real estate loans and potential losses tied to higher interest rates. We've been warning about this all along, everyone. This commercial real estate, when it does finally implode, will cause a huge financial crisis, and hundreds, it's not me just saying it, hundreds of banks will go under. The majority of those banks are small lenders with less than 10 billion in assets. And you know why? Because the Federal Reserve will bail out, the banks like JP Morgan, Bank of America, but they won't care about the smaller banks. Most of these banks aren't insolvent or even close to insolvent. They're just stressed. Brian Graham said he's a partner there. That means there'll be fewer bank failures, but it doesn't mean that communities and customers don't get hurt by that stress. That's exactly right. So we have banks going cashless. We have hundreds of banks that will fail. Now, we did just get this US jobs report, and we're getting a lot of conflicting data, and I think that's because the data is completely manipulated. But it was funny how the stock market was crashing because all the GDP data was coming in hot, the jobs data was coming in hot, inflation was coming in hot. And then we got this report, and this is how broken the market is right now. They care more about interest rates and money printing than actual, good GDP, jobs growth, companies' earnings, etc. The stock market should go up when GDP goes up, when the jobs market's booming, when companies are earning money. But no, when we get good data, the stock market sells off. But then when we got this, that the unemployment rate rose to 3.9%, the stock market went up. And that's because the Federal Reserve has completely broken the markets. When they say they're going to lift interest rates, they can crash the markets. When they say they're going to lower interest rates, they can cause a market rally. But this article here, farm payrolls increased by 175,000 on the month, below the 240,000 estimate from the Dow Jones. So things in the economy aren't as good as they're leading on. Now, also a more encompassing jobless rate edged up to 7.4%. We've got other ways to calculate what the real unemployment rate is. Some people are putting it even as high as 20%. Because if you're casual, if you're doing 1 hour a week, you're classed as employed. So that's the news segment of today's video, but I want to talk about today's video sponsor that I'm very bullish on and is listed on the NASDAQ. That stock ticker symbol SUUN, that is Solar Bank Corp. So I'll go ahead and bring them up on the screen, everyone, and I'll tell you about why I'm so excited about this company and why you should too. Let's set the stage. We all know the ongoing tensions between China and the United States. It's been a hot topic for a while now. But amidst all of this, Solar Bank stands out as a beacon of opportunity. Regardless of who's in the White House, this company is well positioned to thrive, and here is why. First off, let's talk about the solar industry as a whole. It's no secret that solar energy is on the rise. Thanks to advancements in technology and falling costs, solar power has been becoming increasingly affordable, and you know what that means? It's attracting more customers and driving demand through the roof, pun not intended. Now, when it comes to government policies, both the Trump and Biden administration have been pushing for certain economic strategies. And guess what? Solar Bank fits perfectly into that picture. With a focus on renewable energy, they're aligned with the goals of both red and blue states. It's a win-win situation no matter who's calling the shots. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the numbers I know you're all excited about. Solar Bank is not just another run-of-the-mill company. They've already made significant strides in the industry. From residential homes to corporation giants like Home Depot, they've been powering up projects left and right. And the best part? They're turning a profit right now. Now, let's talk about the future. The United States is on the path towards net zero by 2050. And Solar Bank is at the forefront of this movement. With their innovative solutions and forward-thinking approach, they're poised to capitalize on growing demand for renewable energy, and trust me, the potential here is huge. But what about the competition, you ask? Well, Solar Bank isn't just competing, they're dominating. They've got a track record of success with a diverse portfolio of projects under their belt. And with a market cap of only 150 million, they've got plenty of room to grow. Now let's talk about the incredible evolution of solar technology. Just 20 years ago, solar panels were heavily subsidized and cost a pretty penny to produce electricity. We're talking dollars per kilowatt hour, but fast forward to today, the game has completely changed. The cost to produce electricity from solar panels has plummeted by a staggering 90%, sitting at just 30 cents per kilowatt hour in many states. In fact, many states' electricity from solar panels is cheaper than electricity from traditional sources, and that's a complete game changer. So now let's dive into what Solar Bank is all about. This company has been in the game for not just 1 year, for 20 years, and they've been public for just 2. In that time, they've delivered over 200 million in project financing and have established themselves as a major player in the industry. They've got some big name partnerships under their belt, working with industry giants to deliver cutting edge solar solutions. But what really sets Solar Bank apart is their hybrid business model. They're not just your average solar company, they're getting into the IPP game, or independent power producer game. Now, what does that mean? Well, instead of selling solar panels, they're taking it a step further. They're going to landowners and offering them an opportunity to sell or take equity in a solar farm. They handle everything from development to financing to operation and maintenance, making it a hassle-free experience for everyone involved. Now, here's the kicker. No matter who's in the White House, Solar Bank's business is poised to keep booming, whether it's through incentives like the Inflation Reduction Act or mandates for renewable energy in portfolios. Solar Bank is primed for success. But it's not just about the bottom line. Solar Bank is also making a positive impact on the world. By investing in renewable energy, they're not just creating jobs, but also contributing to energy independence and sustainability that the US once had and desperately needs again. And let's not forget about recent announcements of the acquisition of Fund Flow Through, a company with $10 million in annual revenue, and with solar and battery energy storage costs plummeting by 85%. Solar Bank's battery energy storage business is becoming increasingly profitable. So what's the bottom line? Well, the bottom line here is, in my opinion, this could potentially be a 3, 5, 10x opportunity. With the stock price just sitting at $5.75, I see this company is hugely undervalued, and there's only one analyst covering this company right now. But once more analysts see how undervalued this company is, once more analysts start speaking about this company, it is going to have huge potential. So in short, Solar Bank, that stock ticker symbol SUUN, it's not just an opportunity, it's a revolution in the making. So go ahead and do your due diligence, do your research on this company today. So everyone, thanks for watching. You're awesome. What do you think about all these banks? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.